Hi, my name is Valerie, and I've always dreamed about having a brother or sister. And my wish came true, but not in the way I wanted or expected it to. My family had always been a happy one. My beautiful mom, who was always busy with some new hobby or interest, my calm and even a bit boring dad, and me. But soon, everything changed, and I learned that my dad wasn't that boring. One day I got a message from some guy. His name was Jason, and he wrote, "I think I'm your brother." "What? My brother?" I answered. "No, I think you are mistaken." And that was the end of it. For now. Soon, I noticed my parents talking to each other in a very concerned way, and my mom was very angry at my dad. Then my parents told me what it was all about. Mom started, "Sweetie, Dad wants to tell you something." Dad continued, "Valerie, when I was young, I had a girlfriend before your mother. And it turns out that she got pregnant and had a son, and I'm the father. I didn't know anything about it until he texted me." I was shocked. This boy, Jason, was actually my older brother. It was very noticeable how hard my parents were taking this news. It turned out that Jason's mother, Dad's ex-girlfriend, never wanted to bother him, especially when she found out he had started dating Mom. But now she had health problems and she couldn't work, and they desperately needed help. My dad went to meet with Jason after a few days, and it was very weird for all of us, especially for my mom. Surprisingly, afterward, Dad returned with Jason. His mom was in the hospital and he needed a place to live. My dad was a little lost and didn't know what to do with Jason and whether he needed to act like his father. My mom was, I guess, a little bit jealous, even though she tried her hardest to be kind. And I didn't know what to think, really. Jason was a weird guy. He was a little bit rude and had bad manners. He didn't pay attention to my mom, was a little angry at my dad, though he understood it wasn't Dad's fault. And he clearly didn't like me, and I didn't like him either, to be honest. For the first few nights, he had to stay in my room, and he was looking around at my things and said, "I never had this much stuff." I didn't know what to say. I felt guilty and annoyed, and it was confusing. He was touching everything, and I said, "Hey, can you not touch my things?" And he looked at me and said, "Why? Do you think I'm going to steal them?" I don't know. It was weird. Thankfully, he moved into another room after a few days. My dad would ask him to wash his dishes after eating or to help him in some other way, but he didn't listen, which annoyed everyone, especially my mom, because my dad was taking a big chunk of his money to help Jason and his mom. Okay, I'll be direct. Everyone hated Jason. Yes, we felt sorry for him, but still annoyed. Basically, my parents' lives were pretty chaotic during this period. One day, I accidentally broke a vase that my mom made. Usually my mom was calm, but because she was so nervous and tired lately, she was really angry at me. Then Jason came in and said, "It wasn't Valerie, it was me." My mom looked at Jason with anger, but didn't say anything. I asked Jason later why he said that, and after thinking for a while, he said, "You're my sister." I couldn't believe it. Yeah, he was weird and rude, but he defended me for some reason. I said thank you, and that was it. The days that followed were worse. My parents tried to hide it, but they were clearly arguing about Jason every day. One night, when my parents were asleep, I heard some noise. I checked, and it was Jason, putting his shoes on. "Where are you going?" I asked. He looked at me and answered, "I don't belong here." I looked at his face while he was putting his jacket on and saw who he really was. Not some rude, mean guy, but someone whose life had taken a horrible turn. His mom was sick. His father was, well, my father. Out of all of us, he was the most nervous and tired. So I locked the door and said, "No, don't leave." And he asked why. And I said, "You're my brother." Then we talked for hours. He was talking so much. Before that, it was always just 1 or 2 sentences, but now he was revealing everything he had gone through. After this night, he started to act much better, like washing his dishes and being respectful to both my mother and my father. After a month or 2, his mom got better and he went back home. I still remember him leaving. He wanted to shake my dad's hand, but Dad instead hugged him. Jason then turned to me and hugged me as well. My mom was standing a little too far away because she felt like she wasn't a part of it, like suddenly her family became someone else's. But Jason came to my mom and hugged her as well and said, "Thank you." Needless to say, we all got a little emotional. A year has passed since then. His mom is better, and Jason visits us at least once a month. He even brought his mom once, and it was a little awkward, especially for my mom, but she understood. Jason, I love you. You are a good brother, and I'm happy that you found us. Like and share this video if you love your siblings or wish you had one. Leave a comment and tell funny or sad stories that happened to your brothers or sisters.